Welcome to the Continental Current. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for more updates and thrilling short scenes. The South China Sea is a vital waterway in Southeast Asia, bordered by China, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and the Philippines. It's a global trade artery. Trillions of dollars in goods, from electronics to clothing, pass through these shipping lanes every year. Disruption here would ripple across the world economy, affecting markets and supply chains everywhere. Beneath the surface, the sea holds vast reserves of oil, gas, and some of the world's richest fisheries, resources that fuel regional economies and feed millions. Control over these waters means economic security and strategic power, making the South China Sea a hotspot for competition and conflict. For navies, it's a gateway between the Pacific and Indian Oceans, a key zone for military presence and influence. That's why powers like the US, Japan, and Australia closely monitor the region, determined to keep these waters open and free. Overlapping claims and interests have turned the South China Sea into one of Asia's most dangerous flashpoints. This isn't just a map dispute, it's a high-stakes contest over trade, resources, and the balance of power in the 21st century. At the center of the South China Sea dispute is China's 9-dash line, a sweeping U-shaped boundary that claims nearly the entire sea. China insists this area has been part of its territory for centuries, making the claim a core part of its national identity. But the 9-dash line overlaps with the exclusive economic zones of the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei, violating international law. Under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, countries have rights to resources within 200 nautical miles of their coastlines. China's claim cuts deep into these zones, fueling fierce disputes over fishing grounds, oil, and gas. The origins of the 9-dash line are murky, and China has never clarified exactly what it claims: territory, resources, or both. This ambiguity makes negotiation nearly impossible and heightens mistrust across the region. China has built and militarized artificial islands, and its Coast Guard regularly confronts ships from other nations, enforcing its claim on the water. The 9-dash line is more than a map. It's a flashpoint for regional tension and a direct challenge to international law. In August 2023, the Philippines released a new national map, a bold response to China's sweeping claims. The map clearly marks the waters within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone as the West Philippine Sea, a powerful assertion of sovereignty. By officially naming and mapping these waters, the Philippines is challenging China's narrative and rallying international support. The term West Philippine Sea isn't new, but its inclusion on an official map gives it new weight and visibility. The map draws precise boundaries based on UNCLOS, directly countering China's vague 9-dash line with clear legal claims. It's a strategic move to shift global perception and normalize the idea that these waters belong to the Philippines. For Filipinos, the map is a symbol of national pride and a promise to defend their maritime rights. For the world, it's a call to recognize the Philippines' claims under international law. The map is more than a document. It's a declaration that the Philippines won't back down. It signals a shift to a more assertive public strategy in defending national interests. The Philippines is drawing its own line, on the map and in the water. The Philippines' new map is grounded in a major legal victory from 2016. That year, an international tribunal at The Hague ruled overwhelmingly in favor of the Philippines, rejecting China's 9-dash line. The court found no legal basis for China's historic claims, and confirmed the Philippines' exclusive rights over the West Philippine Sea under UNCLOS. It also clarified that many features China claimed as islands were just rocks or reefs, granting no special maritime rights. China dismissed the ruling as null and void, refusing to recognize or comply with the decision. Instead, Beijing ramped up its activities, building artificial islands and deploying Coast Guard ships, ignoring the court's verdict. For the Philippines, the ruling is a powerful tool, providing legal and moral backing for its claims. The new map translates this legal victory into a clear, visual statement. By aligning its map with the 2016 ruling, the Philippines is upholding international law and strengthening its diplomatic position. The court's decision may not be enforceable, but it shapes the global conversation and rallies support for a rules-based order. The legal battle isn't over, but the Philippines has the law on its side. The fight over the South China Sea has moved from paper maps to the digital world. In April 2025, Google updated its maps to prominently display West Philippine Sea for waters west of the Philippines. This digital recognition was celebrated in Manila as a diplomatic win and a boost for the Philippines' campaign for global recognition. Filipino officials hailed Google's move as validation of their claims and a victory for soft power. China, however, condemned the update, insisting that South China Sea is the only legitimate name and dismissing the change as meaningless. The dispute over digital maps highlights how tech companies are now players in geopolitical conflicts. China has even seized thousands of maps that don't show the 9-dash line, underscoring the sensitivity of cartography in this dispute. The digital map has become a new battleground for influence and legitimacy. While a label on Google Maps doesn't change facts on the water, it shapes global perception and the narrative. The Philippines' success online shows the growing power of information in modern territorial disputes. While maps and names are debated, tensions on the water have reached dangerous new heights. Confrontations between Chinese and Philippine vessels have become frequent and risky, especially around contested reefs like Second Thomas Shoal. The Philippines maintains a small outpost there, resupplying Marines on a grounded ship, missions China tries to block. Chinese Coast Guard ships, larger and more numerous, routinely harass and obstruct Philippine supply boats. Incidents have escalated. Water cannons, dangerous maneuvers, and even ramming accusations. China claims it's defending its territory. The Philippines insists it's upholding its rights under international law. Each encounter is a test of will, broadcast to the world, and raising the risk of miscalculation or conflict. These standoffs show the dispute is no longer just about maps. It's a real-world struggle with lives and stability at stake. The South China Sea is now a stage for high-stakes brinkmanship. The Philippines' assertive stance has drawn strong support from the United States and its allies. The U.S.-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty means an attack on Philippine forces could trigger American military involvement. Washington has reaffirmed its commitment, urging China to respect the 2016 ruling and international law. Manila has deepened security ties, holding record joint military exercises with the US and welcoming support from Australia, Japan, and the UK. This growing coalition aims to counterbalance China's power and keep the region stable. The new map is more than a symbol, it's a strategy to internationalize the dispute and rally global backing. The central question: will international law prevail, or will might make right in the South China Sea? For the Philippines, it's a stand for sovereignty. For China, a challenge to its ambitions. For the world, it's a test of the rules-based order and the future of freedom of navigation. The lines on the map are now the front lines of a global contest with consequences for decades to come.